Hello, Steve Arts 89. Well, I just watched the Ashoka trailer. I can't say her name. This is the second video I tried to do because I got her name so badly wrong the first time. Wrongly bad. Okay, so I have no idea what the series is about. I have no idea who this character is. I know she was from the animated series. I saw her in Mandalorian. I know people weren't happy because her things weren't long enough, but they were too awkward for the actor, so they made that little change. I'm like, I don't know. But I hate Rosario Dawson because the rumor is that she's transphobic and basically physically and verbally abused a member of her staff that was transitioning, and she was incredibly homophobic and transphobic and disgusting. Now that case was dropped, so people act like she won. She didn't win, the case was dropped. Things can be dropped for many reasons, like the person doesn't have the money to pursue it, they don't think they're going to win due to not having the evidence. Doesn't mean the crime didn't happen, just mean they can't prove it. So I'm not happy with her being platformed because someone like her, who's, in my opinion, transphobic, homophobic, having, a hit TV series and being a star gives them the ability to speak and promote those anti-gay and anti-trans ideas and so forth, and to basically validate abusing and assaulting and LGBTQI ABCDFG people. I can't even keep track of the names myself. Okay, but yeah. So I don't know how I feel about it, but the trailer looks good. I'm hearing there's this rumor that the Phantom Menace has started a while ago that the new films are so bad they're going to erase them and they're going to create an alternative universe that the series go into and then create new film franchises from the TV universe. That's the rumor that's been around for a while. I haven't taken it too seriously because it's very unlikely that anyone at Disney is going to sit there and say, well, we spent billions on these films, but we're just going to just totally just remove them from the universe and just follow on from these TV series on Disney Plus. I never really bought it. I mean, they could do it. They could have two universes and do different film series in each one. They could remake the whole trilogy and the whole 9 films in the other universe if they wanted to. They can do whatever they want. But yeah, I don't know. But there's supposed to be some clue in the trailer to that. Something of shadows or something, some realm or some book or something they can use to do this. It's supposed to be hinted. I didn't see it. I couldn't tell where it is. I don't know the show that well. I mean, I don't know Star Wars well enough to know any of that. But all I know is the trailer looked okay. But I mean, Star Wars is one of those things where the reason why George Lucas never got his original Star Wars show up was because Star Wars was about Luke Skywalker fighting Darth Vader. The ultimate good versus the ultimate evil, the basic battle. Take that out and you just sort of look at the daily political life struggles of, the people of that world. It's nowhere near as interesting. And none of these TV series or following movies can have the power or the impact of the original film because they're all watered down, diluted versions of these universes and these battles. And it's interesting, but it was interesting in books and novels and comics, which specific fans of the show could explore. But to try and get the general audience to engage in these little corners of the universe, of the empire, it's very difficult. Like with Marvel, they're having the same difficulty where they're trying to interest people in the smaller characters and the smaller stories when they've brought us in with the big epic stories and then been like, just have a look around at the rest of the universe while you're here, and it's like, well, yeah, maybe on our way out the door we might watch a series or two, but it's just not the same. And Marvel's having the problem, Disney's having the problem. Star Trek isn't quite having that problem yet because they never had the audience with the new films and the Discovery, but they're kind of getting to the similar territory with things like the 31st century Starfleet Academy, which is not going to work. 23rd century one might have worked. But we'll see where that all goes. Star Trek was more of a TV thing in the first place, whereas Star Wars was a film. It was like a big story. And I remember thinking to myself, how do they go outside of that big story? how do they compete with that big story with TV series in order to... It's just not going to work. And they got a couple of years out of The Mandalorian, but it does seem to be fading. They're blaming it all on Lizzo, but it was already in motion before, she popped up and did a perfectly fine guest spot. I don't know what people are on about. Oh, that's right, they're racist, I forgot. But yeah. Watched the trailer, looked good, looked interesting. Hate Rosario Dawson, probably won't watch it out of protest, but curious to see where it all goes and how people respond to it, because some people just seem to need to hate. They just need to hate. They just idolize the past and hate whatever comes in the future, and then it's a nice safe position to stay in, and just that seems to be where they are. So it's just going to be interesting to see where all this goes, and I'll eventually watch them all. I haven't even watched first season of Mando yet.